about 2 years ago, we met some partners that they were interested in growing the movement with us, as far as, you know, taking my father's message and creating, you know, eco-friendly products, as far as earbuds, headphones, and these things. So we as a family, in order for us to do something like this, if it wasn't something to giving back to the earth or being sustainable, and, you know, this new movement that we're a part of now, that if we're going to be involved, it has to be eco-friendly and sustainable. The partners were, you know, they adhered to these principles as far as what we learned as children, and my father's message about giving back. So we found a couple of partners that were very, very, very interested in doing something that will, you know, give to Mother Earth. So we created the House of Marley about a year and a half ago. We launched it this year at the CES show, and, you know, it's kind of it was kind of difficult for them to kind of source the materials in this audio world, because if you know about audio electronics, it's a lot of plastic, a lot of waste materials. So we were able to kind of get involved in using FSC certified wood. We're using recyclable aluminum, recyclable plastic. You know, we're dealing with waste management as far as using the recycled pulp, using organic materials as hemp and cotton. So it's very, very important as a family that we stick to these principles as far as giving back, you know what I mean? Being waste conscious. You know, just don't want to do something that's just gonna just do it to do it. Don't want to do something just to put our name on the product, you know? So we make sure that we leave as minimal as footprint as possible. But we're not perfect, like you everyone say, you know, it's a strive to become perfect, but the goal is to start this movement. And with the 19 million friends we have on, my dad, not me, my dad, you know, he has 19 million friends on Facebook. So we try to initiate them.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you know, people listen to Bob Marley, you know. So we try to initiate that movement with that little bit of people we have there, and then the ones that we know as well as our friends, and myself being the spokesperson for the family, and as well as we started Marley Coffee about 1999. And what got us involved in sustainability was when I went to the farm, they told me I couldn't grow coffee without the use of chemicals, because I need to up my yielding. So I said, well, you know, me being a Rastafari, I don't really eat food that is that way. And then again, by you utilizing chemical, that's going to break you down. You know, the farmer, I'm telling. So I'm saying, if I'm going to get involved in the coffee industry, the first thing we're going to have to do, we're going to eradicate all chemical use. I said, no, Mr. Marley, that won't work. I said, well, you know what? I'll cut every tree down. I'll let the farm just be bushes, and I don't want to destroy the earth. So in order for them to keep their jobs, they said, you know what, Mr. Marley, we're going to try it your way. So I said, all right. No, yeah, they had to. So I said, all right now. How do I drive into the community and I see the children, I see the people, you know, I hire a couple of people. So I said, how do I make a difference? You know, me, I left from college, I was playing football, you know, not sustainable, you know. So I said, how do I, me not being the singer in the family, what is my purpose in life? How do I become more sustainable? How do I become effective? I said, well, let me start here at this farm. You know, if I can create this farming system where it becomes sustainable, where I can use my farm to build a community, then I'm kind of beginning a movement where I can show my family, because, you know, my family, they're all singers, so they're not really in the field as I am. So I can say, listen, here's another avenue. And we can start with the farm, with the coffee, and in that process, we were able to create the House of Marley. And with the House of Marley, we created OneLove.org, which we have a charity foundation that we've partnered up with, like Charity Water, where we're trying to drive water back to people that don't get water, sustainable of course, you know, trying to deal with the United Nations, the African academies, the invisible children. So everything that we create has to have some relevance to Earth, and as well as giving back. So it's very, very important for the family to get involved in the audio world that my father and my brothers when they put the headphones on, you know, they're not wearing Dr. Dre. They're wearing the House of Marley, but with a purpose, not just a product, but a product with a purpose. You know, giving back, sustainable, using certified FSC woods, using the aluminum, recycled materials, you know, organic, and those things. So it's important that we, as the Marley family, that we've been in the music arena for so long. I can't age myself because I'm young. We've been in the music arena so long. That's important that we, as the younger generation, because we have a lot of children. We have my father, you know, has many grandchildren. But it's important that we, as his children, give that message that, listen, man, in order to be on this earth and to be able to last a long time, you got to be sustainable. Do things that's going to procure the earth. Look into the future, you know. Yeah, you're one, but there's many after you. So that was kind of the main reason why we got involved, because I think we can make a change. And it's all about working together, like with you and with everyone here. You know, it's my first time meeting everyone. But once you meet someone, you should connect and grow from there, because sitting here on the panel today, I'm getting educated as well, you know, because I'm new to the product and being sustainable, and you know, because I'm used to just doing whatever I want to do. But getting awakened with this green movement and being sustainable, it's awesome, you know. And then we sit here with these people, Sony, Universal, the man with the touring thing, the man you know, so it all relates. And then waste management, of course. So we're trying to work together and encourage everyone to join the movement, you know, Rastafari.
Back in 2007, we created the Filter for Good campaign. It was really a really simple idea. Take a Brita pitcher instead of using bottled water. And it's something that's really taken hold, especially in the music industry. As was mentioned just a couple weeks ago, our third year at the Sundance Film Festival, we took that festival bottled water free. You know, credit to people like Kevin, who's pushing the limits and getting people to be more environmentally sustainable. We've had great runs with festivals and tours and events, and I think we have a lot more to come. And actually, it stemmed a lot that, if you remember that summer, it was all around gas prices. People were really thinking about, well, this is affecting my wallet. Maybe we should be doing something about oil. And it was something that we came up with. We've talked a lot about partnerships. We partnered with our good friends at Nalgene to make these reusable bottles. And you know, they're completely indestructible. In fact, they'll probably last forever. They're not disposable. And it's just getting people to make that little simple change. I think all of us in this room probably have some opportunities to be a little bit more green in our lives and do some things for the earth. But let's be honest, we're all mostly selfish. And we have to do things that are going to affect our lives in a positive way. Our lifestyles, potentially our wallets. We're not many of us, especially as the economy has suffered, most of us aren't willing to pay a lot more money for something that's just sustainable. It still needs to be a great product, something that's going to bring something to your life, your family, whatever it is. And if we're honest with ourselves, we're not going to make those changes just to be green. And so what we've asked people to do is just think about it. Do you have to drink bottled water? There's a time and a place for bottled water. If you have nothing else that you can, there's no way for you to get tap water. But we're lucky enough to live in a country where tap water is healthy, it's safe. Maybe you don't like the taste of it, and if that's the case, get a Brita pitcher and filter your water, and the water's going to taste great. When you're at home, do you need to reach into your fridge and pull out a bottle of water? That's your choice. If you want to do that, that's up to you. You don't have to. The best part about the economy kind of tanking was this green message has now turned into a value message. People are looking for great ways to save money. One Brita pitcher, the filter in it, is going to filter out the equivalent of about 300 bottles of water. If you're thinking about the environmental sustainability piece, you're thinking, well, that's 300 bottles that don't need to be recycled, don't need to go into landfill. But if you're also trying to save money, that's 300 bottles you don't need to buy or lug up the stairs into your apartment. And that whole idea, this movement, has really taken shape, and we've been getting calls from the music industry. Because, you know, as Kevin was talking about, the touring business has a huge footprint. There's so much stuff going on, and you see some of the tours. You look at the U2's last tour, how humongous it was. Well, U2 realized they needed some help greening their tour. They reached out to us and said, what can we do? We worked with our great partners, Effect Partners, who hooked us up with U2. And that was kind of the beginning of this movement. And since we've worked with country bands like Lady Antebellum, we've worked with, this past summer we were out on the road with Dave Matthews Band, we were out with Jack Johnson. I probably couldn't be much more proud of those two tours, Dave Matthews Band and Jack Johnson. Jack, as Kevin was talking about, is really well known as, they're doing their tour in the right way. And they're making their money and they're doing a great job. This year's tour was actually even more amazing. So they did it in an environmentally sustainable way, but then all the tour profits actually went to charity. That's a pretty amazing thing when you can see that. Not everybody can do that, but we were Jack's first ever corporate sponsor. And I'm so proud that we were able to do that because it really showed that we all of a sudden now, with the music side of our business, really have that street credibility that Dave Matthews Band and Ben Harper are talking to people like Jack Johnson